Hello all. This presentation is walking through some of the master slide options that Google Slides offer in order to kind of create a template that students can write over without changing anything that the teacher has in the background. So this particular one is looking at how to maybe create a Google Slide template for learning logs. So for instance, a couple of features that were added. One is I changed the slide layout size to be custom to 11 by 8 so that and in fact, I wanted it 11 by 8.5 just so that it could be printed out potentially if a student wanted to. The second thing that this template is using is just some internal links. So each of these boxes that were just simply created honestly with the shape tool. You can double click and then click on the link tool and then say that you want it to be linked to a slide within the presentation. So I'm just simply creating sort of a little slide deck here so that students, when they click on hour one, would essentially go to their hour one learning log and vice versa, all the way down. So for a learning log, this is a tool that allows students to reflect on their learning. So the idea would be that each week they would be reflecting in each of their classes. And for the week following, they could go up and they could do a quick duplicate this slide. So hour one would all be housed here. But once again, when they eventually start filling this out more fully, when they were to click on hour two, it would go, directly to that hour two. So anyway, so that was just one little trick, is just those internal slide links. Another one, in order to get this sort of templated piece in the back, a couple things that work really well. One is going up to view and clicking on this master view, which you may or may not have used before. But basically what this allows you to do as a teacher is to kind of edit the master slide. You are the owner of this slideshow and you can put in or take out anything that you want in terms of a template to be sort of in the back. So what I actually did is I took a picture. I did used my snippet tool and did a screenshot of this image right here. You can also, even within a slideshow, for instance, go in, and if you liked the image that you created here, you could go File, download, and then you can download actually an image. So if I wanted to download the JPEG of this particular slide, you'll see that suddenly here I was able to take that image, and it was an image that I just created from the slide. So what I did really is then I just pasted the image onto here. And then and I did it on that first, so I have my title page slide, but this is my very first kind of non-title page slide. It's the template that I'm using for all my other slides. And now when I click off of the master view, it has copied that template onto all of these slides. I could then go in and kind of personalize. So the image is in the background, but I went in and I added a text box to every single page on top of it so that students essentially could be in here and type the date, anything they've learned, and etc. And so they could fill this out just like a worksheet. And then at the top, there was in the master template just a text box there, so I was able to type in the what I needed to do, and then I filled it in with these different colors just to kind of match essentially it's like a binder with some tabs, right, where I can organize my reflection on learning. So anyway, that's just kind of a fun tool if you're playing around with a little bit more what slides can do, but again, hyperlinking internally so that you could almost create some sets of tabs within, as well as, again, going up to view and using that master view to just put on an image that you want sort of copied to every single page, so that students can't go in and change that background, but they can type over it if you include that text box right over the top. So hopefully that helps you just in thinking about some different ways maybe to get students writing and reflecting on learning.